Good afternoon, good afternoon. We are starting the class. Welcome, guys. I'm sharing today's agenda with you. This is not for you. Here we are. So your English ID, pages 66 and 67. We have already developed exercises on page 66. So today we're going to work only on page 67. Well, this agenda is not updated. It says the reflection. Yes, of course, we're going to go over the reflection. It says game. We're not playing today because we played last class. And we're going to go over lesson number 4 in your English IDs. And this is today's quotation. Maybe, I don't know, Rebecca, but I remember that Rebecca got some problems with the microphone. Maybe Carla Rocio, Carlita, can you hear me? Carla Rocio. Or Lucy. Esmeralda Lucia, are you there?
Hi.
Hello. Can you please read the quotation for us?
Okay. The best way to multiply your happiness is to share it with others.
Thank you so much. So you see, there's no better way according to this to multiply. You know what multiply is? It's adding by 3s, by 4s, by 5s, your happiness. So no matter what makes you happy, sometimes people is happy with the things they have, and there is not much sometimes, materialistically speaking, but they have a great sense of life in their hearts. And whatever makes them happy, the ways that things are going, people that they have around them. And so you have to share those things to others so you can multiply how happy you are. Let me see if Franklin is not here. Andrea Lopez Leon. Are you there, Andrea? But for sure, we have two girls here, Jessica and Naomi. Naomi, do you consider yourself a sharing person? I mean, you like to share anything you have, not only material possessions, but anything.
I mean, material, I consider myself really selfish with material things. But because in my house, it's just me and I don't have to share.
You are a spoiler girl.
No, but other things, yeah.
For example?
Moments.
Okay, you like to share happy moments. So time. Time is a valuable thing. So time is really a valuable thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just need your company. They want to be heard and they need someone by their side, you know, a shoulder to cry in. And so I think that this is good. This is good. So I was saying that that Naomi is a sharing girl. She shares her time with others, and this is something very important because time is one of the most valuable treasures you may have. You are paid for your time. I mean, you get paid for your time. So the school has hired me to teach you, but I'm teaching you in my time. You see, you see, life and time are so close. Let me see. William Correas, did you fix your problems with your microphone, my friend? Can you speak now? Leave a reaction if you can't. William Alexander. You can't. You did not solve that. Maybe Lourdes.
Hi, teacher. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lo. Tell me something. Do you share anything? I mean, materialistic speaking, sorry, or I don't know, your time like Naomi does, or I don't know. What else can you? Your knowledge. Do you share your knowledge with others?
In general, I like to share my good vibes with people who may be sad or having a bad day, maybe offering my company or advice. And that.
Wow. And what about your possessions? Do you share your possessions with people?
Yes, if I can, why I'm not doing.
Okay, that's excellent. Jessica, what about you? That's the big question. The $1 million question.
I think when, for example, when I stay with my friends, when I feel happy, I try to feel happy for others. But when I feel angry,
Angry.
and I don't know, I don't like to get out and go out my house.
Yeah, other people will suffer the consequences of your angriness. And it's not fair. It is not fair. Okay, so let's move to something else, to the lesson. Oh yeah, that's what we did. Page 67 now. 67, 67, 67. So there we are. This is the second part of lesson number 4. Listening exercise. Well, before to go exactly to the listening part, we have a discussion here. In pairs, well, we have exactly 2 girls here, but they're gonna do it individually. They're gonna decide what's important in each of these 5 elements of making a movie. So we have 5 elements. This is filming, light, formation, sound, and the plot or the story itself. What is important for you? Yeah, everything it is, but if you have to decide the most important thing, and we have some ideas here, says, I guess it's important to get permission to film in some places. Yeah, and to choose the correct light too. The story. For you is the story.
Story and permission.
Permission too. Well, in the United States, it's very complicated to get a permission because they have to stop the traffic. They have to use an entirely area. So, for example, those superheroes movies or those action movies where there are car racers, or sometimes the cars flip over, there are accidents, explosions, and all that.
Like living in LA, and you can go to the job because they close your street.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. They close your street and the traffic jam becomes a mess. It's so terrible. Yes, it is terrible. Director, the director as well. Let me see who is alive in here. Camila Andrea Duran. Are you there, Camila Duran? Give me a reaction if you can talk. Or Melissa Abigail. You always help me out, Melissa. Melissa Flores. One of these days.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Meli. Give me your opinion about this. What is important for you in a movie? The filming part, the light, the permission, the sound, or the story?
I think the story is the most important because if the story is not good, I don't want to see the movie.
Yeah, it's true. This is my opinion, and I think that you will. Well, you will have your own opinion about it because you are really into Marvel stuff. For me, the Marvel stories are not so good because they're most visual effects and visual sounds than the story itself. As an art teacher, the stories are amazing, entertaining, and they have unexpected twist. Well, I get bored. I'm telling you, I really get bored of watching those. I the one of the stories, Spider-Man, Marvel. So Marvel and DC stories for me are kind of boring. Yeah, superhero movies. The story is predicted. You always know that the superhero is never going to die. That the villains of the stories are gonna get what they deserve. They're gonna die. They're gonna be in prison. They're gonna go crazy. Or at the end, the good defeats evil, and everything goes around the visual effects. I really like the visual effects. They're great. I mean, with all the advance of technology throughout the years, the films are awesome. The pictures are awesome. But the stories are like missing something. And the same story is like a cliche. For me, they're cliches. They repeat over and over and over again. How do you say? Predictable. And they are very predictable. I like those movies that they have those twists in the middle of the story that you did not expect it. You said like, oh my God, that really is happening? That happened to me when I watched it. This is not a movie, but this series, Game of Thrones. Everything that goes on that story is unpredictable. So there are people, main characters who died in the middle of the action. And you said, no, how is it possible? What is gonna happen next? The main character is dead. But there always been main characters going on in Game of Thrones. But Game of Thrones is not a movie. And this is my humble opinion. Yeah, I did. There's a peak of the story is in season 6. Then they start decreasing from season 7 and season 8. Season 8 is bad. It's bad. The ending is bad. But you know why? Because when it got its peak, this is until the story, the original story gets. I mean, the writer of the Game of Thrones books hasn't finished the story yet. But the TV show has to end because the characters were getting older. 6 and 8 is the last one. 7 and 8 are from HBO's producers' imagination. And that's why the season 6 is the best, and then they start decreasing because creativity died. The author stopped writing. He's still in process. It is. But the profits are much higher. Yeah. Because a lot of people really loved it, and I really loved it. I don't know if my favorite series of all time is Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad. I can't decide which one is the best because they're so different one from the other, right? There's no point of comparison. You can compare them. You just know that they are awesome. But anyway, so listen or watch. Well, in this case, you will listen because you will watch the video, but they won't. Of the instructions on how to make a movie and see if your guesses were there. So many of you mentioned permission and the story as the most important things. Let me see if those things, those aspects are included in the instruction how to make a movie. And then we're gonna read the students' notes on the video and predict the missing words. Well, you won't predict, you will actually listen and complete. Listen, please. Well, I will watch these girls the video and then I will play the audio.
Here are some tips and tricks to making a short video. Plan your shoot. What is your video about? Sketch out your idea. Think about what your topic will be and how many people will be in it. What do you want the final video to look like?
Is it me or
Technologies.
has a British accent?
Yes.
Yes, he does, right?
Decide what media you will be using. Digital camera, camcorder, webcam, or mobile phone. Capture your clips. Press the record button a few seconds before the actual shoot. The professionals always say, keep it steady. If possible, use a tripod. Take lots of shoots and still images. They might come in handy. Try not to cut off the top of the subject's head. Lighting. Shoot in a well-lit area. Make sure there is not a bright light like the sun behind the subject. Before your final recording, do a test shoot to check the lighting. Length of shoot. Plan your script beforehand. Don't talk about one topic for too long as this may lose the viewer's interest. Keep the video short and simple. Sound and audio. It's best to use an external microphone. Always be conscious of background noise. Always do a sound check before the actual shoot. Copyright. If you are shooting outside, make sure you don't capture anyone on camera without their permission. It can be difficult to use images from the internet, so be adventurous and take your own. Always gather written permission from your subjects. Accessibility. To make your video accessible to all, prepare transcripts, use subtitles, record a voiceover if you are making a video of still images. And remember, have fun making your video.
Have fun making the video. And now listen for all of you.
Audio 6.10. Here are some tips and tricks to making a short video.
And complete the exercise. In here is letter C, right? Yeah, exercise C. Tips and tricks to making a short video. Too late.
Plan.
You just send me your videos to my email, right? Because you were exactly looking for these tips. Well, but the problem is that you're not on the video, right? Yes. Yeah, there's some scenes from PowerPoint or somewhere. Yes, you did. I guess. But not exact. Oh, yeah, she did. She did.
Plan your shoot. What is your video about? Sketch out your idea.
So they're gonna send it today, I guess?
Yeah.
It's today, the date.
Yeah.
Ah.
So,
You have the end of the day to send it to me.
Here. Think about what your top.
What I have done.
Audio 6.10. Here are some tips and tricks to making a short video. Plan your shoot. What is your video about? Sketch out your idea. Think about what your topic will be and how many people will be in it. What do you want the final video to look like? Technologies. Decide what media you will be using. Digital camera, camcorder, webcam or mobile phone. Capture your clips. Press the record button a few seconds before the actual shoot. The professionals always say, keep it steady. If possible, use a tripod. Take lots of shoots and still images. They might come in handy. Try not to cut off the top of the subject's head. Lighting. Shoot in a well-lit area. Make sure there is not a bright light like the sun behind the subject. Before your final recording, do a test shoot to check the lighting. Length of shoot. Plan your script beforehand. Don't talk about one topic for too long, as this may lose the viewer's interest. Keep the video short and simple. Sound and audio. It's best to use an external microphone. Always be conscious of background noise. Always do a sound check before the actual shoot. Copyright. If you are shooting outside, make sure you don't capture anyone on camera without their permission. It can be difficult to use images from the internet, so be adventurous and take your own. Always gather written permission from your subjects. Accessibility. To make your video accessible to all, prepare transcripts, use subtitles, record a voiceover if you are making a video of still images. And remember, have fun making your video!
This is like a film school. Plan your shoot, think about the topic. And what do we have here? What do you want the video to? Let's check the answer better. You were right in the first one. How many? The video look like? How do you want your video look like? Use technology available to you, digital camera, mobile phone. Then press the record button and still images. Don't cut off. Mobile phone. Then in capture your clips, this record button. Still images and don't cut off. Be careful with lightning. Make sure. I don't like the British accent, do you? I don't. No, I don't. Especially people who have that marked accent. Because some people got that light British accent. But there are people who got it so marked for sure. And you know the stuff. I like that, like the old English. Like those movies, right?
I don't understand it. I mean, if I am reading like the titles, I do. But
if you're just listening, you can't.
It depends. If you talk or English and you talk to me, I will get lost.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
Oh.
There's, well, it depends. I know a singer who is from England, and sometimes he has a really bad accent.
You don't get it. Well, sometimes it's how fast they speak, they accent, they grab, and the speed, the vocabulary as well.
Oh, yeah.
They use lingo, those lingo that they just a few people understand, and you know, I'm just sure, I'm sure, my dear, took up a cup of tea before or now. So North Americans said right now, and they said no. They go no. I don't like that particular accent. I prefer the American one. I like it better. It's easier. Well, I mean, because we are used to listen most of the American. But Australian people or people from Asia, they're most familiar with the British accent. Yeah. It's better the Latin accent. I really would like to be born English. Really. If I have to decide in which country I would like to have been born, I definitely choose England. Yeah. They're a superior race. They are good at everything. Yes, they are. They actually are. I hate, well, I don't really hate Americans. because they are a combination of different cultures. I mean, you said a typical American is a white, blonde, blue-eyed guy. This is not true. A typical North American person is someone who mix a lot of ethnies. Indian, Latin, European American, Asian. So they're a mix of many things. And they hate immigrants. And they are a country made by immigrants. They travel from England to the States. New York. York is a state or district in England. That's York. That's why it's New York, because it's the new. Exactly. Yeah. Then E. Let me see if I still have people here. Maybe Lucy Mendez. Can you help me out here, please?
Hi.
Hello, help me with the instructions for exercise E, please. Read the instructions.
Okay. Make 5 pieces of movie making advice and decide what elements in A they refer to.
Thank you. So you have to remember, always have a beginning, middle, and an end in your plot. So this is like a logical thing. Your story must have a beginning, the climax, and the resolution, the end. The second, think about moving, continuity, underestimate. You think it's moving. Think about moving shots. Try attaching the camera to a skateboard, or maybe two. Here, in exercise E. Make sure you are allowed it. I think that you're allowed to film in public places. Make sure.
Things like that, like you don't know what they're saying.
Exactly. I don't know how they understand each other. They are used to it. Well, it happens to you that you have come across with people that you don't understand their Spanish when they talk. Yeah, you see. That's a good example. In any language. So let's say make sure is the first. Never underestimate, right? Yeah, number 4. I think that is never underestimate the emotional power of silence. I think. And if you want, I don't know, let's check. So, and the order is number 3. Number 1 is the example. Number 5, it was if you want. Number 2 and number 4. Then we have this exercise here. Brainstorm advice to include how to. And then we're gonna work on choose a movie title and decide your story. Tell the class and award an Oscar for the best idea. You have to create your own movie. Hey, that is fantastic. You have to create a movie. You have to give it a title. In groups of 3, choose a movie title and decide your story. Like a review, just a previews. Use a movie. Oh man, no. Use a movie title probably that you already know, because now it's very difficult to create something from scratch. People don't create things from scratch nowadays. They got an idea from something that they have heard, something that they have listened, but try to be as creative as possible. Write a movie title for you and what it's going to be about. Okay, guys, when you finish that, the class is over, and thank you very much for your attention. See you when I see you.